I went through a phase in my teenage years where I was heavily into urban legends, the spine-crawling myths that were far from home. Some of them were accompanied by the tap-tap of footsteps, walking steadily around my bed, and the sounds of fingers tapping on my bedroom window, but not enough to stop me from seeking out more stories. That was until one hit close to home. An urban legend that wasn't quite legendary yet started circulating among the people of my township. It all started when a little girl passed. I'm not from a small, tight-knit community where everyone knows everyone. Or maybe I'm the loner kid that doesn't even know my neighbors' names. The latter is the most likely. I've always been the type of person to keep my head down, buried in my phone, or up deep in the clouds. Rosie was 7 years old when she passed. Apparently, an angel who carried the sun in the gaps of her teeth. She didn't deserve to die. No child does. Rosie didn't deserve to be pushed down the second floor balcony of her friend's house during an innocent game of tag, and she didn't deserve to be buried in the backyard, to be stepped on by people hanging up their clothes, and have dirty dishwater thrown over her final, not exactly resting place. She didn't deserve to hear her parents, her family, be comforted by the very people who took her life. That angered her, or at least that's how the urban legend goes. Whispers spread from ear to ear, sending waves of bone-chilling fear and sympathy with them. Her poor, poor parents. To hear that their daughter, whom they had prayed was just missing, had been terrorizing the streets. Parents wouldn't let their young ones leave the house anymore, especially their little girls, 6 and 7, 5 and 9-year-olds too. The first girl that disappeared was 6-year-old Thandi, who drowned in a sewage-filled river. The river running at the end of the street and deeper into the grassy park. The one area in the neighbourhood that didn't need a parent's warning against. I spent 19 years of my life knowing to avoid that particular bamboo-covered spot, always hissing like a lingering snake. The first time I saw the way the water ran was when the police were ushering me away from the scene, telling me not to look at the limp, tiny body, not the green foam that had my attention. Everyone was willing to deem it an accident. Traditionally, a child's unfair death leads to more death. Those were of course only spoken in the safety of 4 walls, never in the presence of the grieving mothers. My own mother said it too, and I nodded along. We both knew that was a lie ingrained in us nonetheless. The second girl's disappearance was far more tragic, not because a child went missing, but because it might just mean the old superstitions were true. Rosie's own best friend. When she first went missing, her father pointed at a local Sangoma's healing hut. It made perfect sense too. What didn't make sense was why, after hours of searching with nothing found, the traditional healer told Neo's father to confess. Why did Neo's father run around, sleepless, slowly losing his mind, for weeks calling for his daughter over that river? He died shortly after revealing the truth. His poor wife dropped to her knees. Her lips gaped as she tried and failed to let the sound escape, choking on a sob trapped in her throat. Neo was found by the side of the river, eyes opened as wide as her mouth, lying on her back with her face turned ominously towards the running water. Rosie's body was dug up. I waited at home for my family to tell me how it went. The fetching of the spirit, the cleansing and the funeral. This whole neighborhood needs a cleansing, my mother joked, with sadness in her eyes. The kind of joke that wouldn't warrant a laugh. That was the end of it. Rosie was buried. Thandi and Neo too. I would move on with my life, fall back into an occasional depressive state, which could only be eased by endless hours of movies in bed. Dogs would bark normally again, and it wouldn't be superstitious. Seeing an owl on a roof at night would be superstitious the right amount. Only it wasn't. On the anniversary of Rosie's tragic death, a 7-year-old girl met her end. I wasn't around to witness it, staying on the other side of the city by then. The way the other kids were found was little mercy.